writing also to the community. But God was leading me to understand the pain of the communities, the pain of our people. And I've been on this matter for the last 30 years. The pain of our people. I went to Ghana. I wanted to trace and understand why we in Africa, why we are like this. We have the gold, but our money is weak. And so I went to a place where the slaves spent their last minute on the continent of Africa. The place where there is the gate of no return. I could hear the screaming of young people like you, screaming as they are forcibly marched out and forced to part ways with their parents. I could hear the screams. And Africa lost 12 million souls, able-bodied people, strong, intelligent, able-bodied. They never took the weak, the invalids. They took the able-bodied. Why did they come for Africa? Because you're strong. You're strong. Because you're intelligent. Because you're great. And ask yourself, what did those people do? When you see the great cities in America, when you see the great cities in Europe, who built them? Your brothers. And then somebody comes around to tell you that you're inferior. You can't do anything. You're weak. You have no understanding. 12 million. They worked in those continents 400 years. No wonder America is the first world country. Africa built the place. UK is a great country. Africa built that place. And so what did these young people leave behind? They left behind crying mothers. My son, my son, my son, where is my son? Where is my son coming back? Where is my son? Has he eaten food? This is what the African mothers do. And they've been looking over and over, hoping that they will one day come back. Hope against hope. And many of them died carrying this pain and trauma in the land. Now these are heavy issues. But Africa, we cannot keep silent about this. Because Africa, we cannot move forward when we don't understand the heart of our failure as a continent. And so then I go to the eastern coast, Bagamoyo. Bagamoyo. I was told Bagamoyo means, it's taken from the word Bagamoyo. Bagamoyo means pouring out your soul. That for you, you now know that your fate is what? Sealed. You've walked all the way from DR Congo, from Uganda. You have now reached the coast, and you now know that, let me just accept me. Bagamoyo. Pour out your soul. And then we are heading to the Arab world. And these Arabs see these blacks And they say, if these people have walked for these 1,000 kilometers, and they are still in strength, this strong, that these people reorganize themselves, we are finished. Let's give them more opportunity to reorganize themselves. And therefore, what did they do? They castrated all their men. At least you can hear about black Americans. Do you hear about black Arabs? And yet how many were taken there? 18 million. The wounded continent. The wounded continent. Now where was God? Why did God allow this to happen to our people? Where is this loving God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Where is Jesus Christ? Where is Yeshua? Where is he? And in that place, Fort Elmina in Ghana, then I find in that fort, that disgraced holding ground, two churches there, two churches in that place. Two churches. How can you? It's like a huge structure, bigger than this, maybe twice inside. You have people groaning there, people being beaten there, and there's the church here with the minister, the church minister. Ladies and gentlemen, these are big issues that touch on the spirit and soul of our nation, of our people. Why am I speaking about this? Because those who have understanding, you now get to know that there has come a certain time in the season of God that Africa is being restored. That we are going into a restoration period. That we are coming from a dark history. That God is remembering our people. And He is restoring our nations. And so the question that all of us must address in this generational leadership mandate is, what are we supposed to do? Praise the name of living God. But majority you don't know that the time for our restoration has now come. That your God has heard your cry. That He has heard your cry. We are in a Moses moment, saying, I have seen your affliction. I have heard your cry. I have now come. That you might be restored. If we don't understand this, then we will not understand the scriptures, the prophecies of Isaiah, Ezekiel, Hosea, and so on. It's all written in scripture there. And so this sounds like heavy duty stuff. But young people, please try to understand, because this is about your future. And if you don't understand, the world does not care. Because you will continue to churn out slaves and slaves and slaves and slaves and slaves. Living the way we are living. That the land is rich, but you are poor. So who owns the land? Who owns the resources? I visited Karamoja, and indeed I found some of them. Dressing in their own way. And we call it dressing in their own way. And those people I found, they love their brightly colored t-shirts. Brightly colored t-shirts. And they enjoy that one, I think, because that's what I saw in some of the villages. And so they will be holding their sticks there, and as they are looking up to one, 100 cows, 100, 200 cows. Can you say that kind of person is poor? He has 100 cows. He's sleeping in a tiny grass thatched house. Is he poor? Do you even have one chicken? Eh? You don't have a single small bird. These birds that are called amamo, you don't even have that one. But here is one who is dressed in his own way, and holding his stick, and he's looking after, just watching, enjoying his 200 cows grazing. Praise the name of living God. Who owns the land? We are talking about generational leadership. Where are we? What must we be doing today? Ladies and gentlemen, Martin Luther Jr. said, our lives begin to end when we don't pay attention to important issues. I have a problem with our education system. Our education system does not teach us the important matters of life. The things that matter most. And they tell you that they are too complicated or they are unimportant. And the things that are least important are the things that are emphasized. From now on, when you are going to look for information on social media or YouTube, you will know what kind of information to look for. There is information that does not add any value to you. Don't waste your time on. After you have done your work, you're tired, you're exhausted, you can go to social media and put on something that gives you laughter to refresh you. No problem. But don't waste your time on what does not add value to you. Because I can assure you, you will leave a secondary school and you will still be that kind. And so, this thing has been very, very offensive to me. The other week, when the Lord began to burden my heart with what he showed the prophet Habakkuk in Habakkuk chapter 1, verses 1 to 7. This is Habakkuk's complaint. Habakkuk said, why do you, Lord, show me iniquity? Why do you show me perversity? Why do you show me destruction and violence? I cry to you. You continue to show me these things, but then you are not doing anything about it. That the law is paralyzed, that justice never happens. The wicked surround the righteous, and the wicked have their way. The wicked have their way. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? The wicked, the thieves, they have their way. They come and they steal elections. They steal elections, and everybody knows that they've stolen elections. And then they boldly come. They boldly come to you, and you call them what? Honorable. What kind of honor is this? What kind of honor is this? And so Habakkuk had a complaint against God. There's too much violence. The law doesn't mean anything. And maybe you've not interacted with the lawlessness, the problems that we have in our courts. My brother had an accident and he was knocked. And the people who knocked him, the man who knocked him, and the man ran away and the car was got. brand new car. And when we treated him, and he was still limping with it, then we went to Old Kampala police station. And they want to charge him. They want him to be the one compensating the one who bought him. This car is parked. It's not moving. And then my brother is coming on a boda. And then this boda comes, and as he's overtaking this car, then somebody in the car opened the door of the car and just hit them off. Now he is the one who is guilty. So much injustice, unfairness. As your believers are praying, God, why do you allow me to see this and you're doing nothing about it? Why? And so the nation is groaning. I've just been telling you about Africa, the state of our continent. But why should it be like that? Does God care? Does God matter? But look at what we have. What do we have? Yeah? Ours is a greatly wounded nation, country, and continent. And I've already told you that historically we've lost 30 million able-bodied people, 18 million of them in the Arabian Peninsula, 12 million in the Americas. Guys, we are wealthy, we have a lot of minerals, lots of minerals. Many of them went along with those people. Our identity, who we are. So belittled. Everything about you is belittled. Your skin color, your hair style and hair texture. And many of you are struggling to look like someone else because you are ashamed of who you are. You're ashamed of your village. You're ashamed of your community. You're ashamed of your parents. You're ashamed of where you come from. You wish you were someone else. You wish your skin color was different. Ladies and gentlemen, today our country is heavy in debt. Do you know how much debt we have? Our national debt, do you know? Do you know? Do you want to know? It is 116 trillion Uganda shillings. Some of you, how many zeros do you have in a trillion? 116 trillion Uganda shillings. Did your father test that money? Did your mother test that money? Have you tested that money? But whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not. Your portion is waiting for you to pay. Look around. Do you see any trace, single trace of that money anywhere in our world? $116 trillion. And we're going to borrow more. You don't have jobs, don't you? You're still jobless. Okay, you finish quickly. Because your portion is waiting for you. 116. Why does God allow us to see such a pain? Why? Maybe we should have closed our eyes and we just live like foolish people, people without understanding. At least let's just live, and He saves us the pain of feeling this understanding. $338 women die giving birth out of every 1,000. They are supposed to be giving life. Out of every 1,000 of them, ladies and gentlemen, 338 will die. Ladies, have you heard? And if nothing changes, this is what awaits the ladies who are seated here. You understand? If you count 1,000 of them, 338 of them will die giving birth. This is the meaning of these statistics. That means go somewhere and randomly call 1,000 women. 1,000 women. 338 of them will die trying to give birth. We don't know who the next casualty will be. Are we together? When we don't understand the important issues, when we don't care about them, we are like sheep that is heading into the slaughter. Young people. And so we can no longer afford to say, I am too young, or I am uneducated, or for me, I am in S1, or I'm in primary school. Because the consequences of not understanding are too bad for us. That we actually bury people. Ladies and gentlemen, 38 babies that are born out of every 1,000 die. Life expectancy is now 64 years. That from the time you are born, you are expected on average to live up to 64 years. And then you must basically go. Because the conditions of life cannot allow you, cannot permit you to live more than that. And what are these conditions of life? You drink bad water. The water you drink in the villages, it looks cloudy, isn't it? What is is that cloudy substance that you breathe? The air you breathe is not clean. It brings germs in your body. The food you eat is contaminated. You cook with firewood, and this firewood gives smoke. Smoke destroys your lungs. That's how smoking is a cause of lung cancer. But I can bet 90% of you here do not use electricity. Do you? Do you? Uganda is exporting electricity to Kenya. Uganda is exporting electricity to where? Rwanda. Uganda is planning to export electricity to South Sudan. Do you use electricity? When we don't care about things that matter, death closes in. Death. So the conditions that support life are not there. Those who have died, those who have expired, it's not that they enjoy death. So when we say life expectancy is 64 years, what we mean is that the conditions that support life can only support you up to around that time. For us to make a leap, we need to improve the conditions under which our people live. The roads must be tarmacked. When you tarmac the roads, dust will not be there. Give electricity to the people so that the women do not use firewood. They are not exposed to the smoke of firewood. Praise God, we are living God. Give people clean water. And where is the water? Here. Lake Victoria continues to supply water through River Nile, just near here. About 40 kilometers. What does it cost to bring clean water that is properly purified? You students of chemistry, you know that you only need to put chlorine to get chlorine. You kill all the germs. That you can go to the tap and you drink clean, sparkling clean water that does not give you sickness. Is that too much to ask? And then they say, what? Our country is poor. We cannot afford clean water. So what is the goal? What is the copper doing? What's the uranium doing? What is the marble doing? Praise the name of the living God. Our lives begin to cease when we take important matters lightly. I visited the Aerospace Museum in Washington, and when I went to that museum, I found there primary school children, they had come to study and see the first aircraft that was flown by the Wright brothers. And in that place, if I remember well, even the capsule of the rocket that went into space is there. These are primary school kids. But here, A-level people would say these things are too high for us. Praise the name of the living God. Electricity coverage in Uganda today is 45%. Only 45% of the families have electricity. 45%. 50%, 55% have nothing. Maybe the Lord is speaking to somebody here. Only 6,000 roads are tarmacked out of 159,000 kilometers that need to be tarmacked. The patient-doctor ratio, one doctor to every 25,000 people. One doctor, 25,000 people. Some of the people die because there is no doctor to see them. They come, they struggle, and they die. I was asking a brother about a funeral that just took place. Somebody very dear to us, who perished in a road traffic accident. And I was told he passed on within an hour. I am an expert in injury prevention and control. The golden rule in injuries is that if the injury gives you 5 minutes to live, that injury has given you an opportunity to live. 5 minutes. If the injury gives you what? 5 minutes to live, you will be saved. But for this brother, how many minutes? 60. How many minutes? 60. I don't need to investigate. I know this is a useless, a needless death. In countries that care about people, there will be an ambulance system. There will be good health facilities. As soon as an unfortunate incident like this happens, you'll be hearing, they are there, they will put the patient, they will stabilize the patient. It's called stabilizing the patient, control bleeding, clear the airway, and stabilize the patient there, and then rush the patient for treatment. If it's head injury, it's likely going straight to theater, and they will leave. You buried him. When we keep quiet on things that matter, we don't know when it comes around. The 5-minute rule. An injury gives you 5 minutes. You can leave. So meaning these 5 minutes are golden minutes. That help must be there. Help must be there. Technical help must be there. The ambulance must arrive with the paramedic and will see where the bleeding is and will stop it. And if you are struggling to breathe, it will stabilize you. If you need, you've lost so much blood, they will immediately put a cannula and run fluids into your system as they run it through. So you will live. The Lugara call it what? Aniako. Is finishing us. And where our students, they're on social media. Praise the name of living God. Am I traumatizing you? Should I stop? No. Offloading my burden on you may be too much. Praise the Lord. Amen. A 5-minute rule. So when you look for statistics online, try to understand what these statistics mean. What these statistics mean, what they are telling you, and their implication for your life. Whether you will live or not. So we've not learned our lessons, unfortunately. Next. But what do we have? We are not helpless. We are not weak. Next. We are not weak. What do we have? Next. We have our people. Next is next. We have our people. Next. Yes, we have our people. We have you. We are great because of you. And many people want to paint the picture that the youth of Africa, the youth of Uganda are a liability. You are not. You are not a liability. You are not a problem. And some are coming to tell you that your parents are against you. No, they are not. They wouldn't send you here. And they want to drive a wedge between you and your father and your mother. Reject that. Our greatest strength is you. The future is possible because of you. You're great. You're very important. And so do not listen to the wicked advice and talk that the young people are a liability, that the population of the young people, they are a problem. They are not a problem. You're not a problem. You're not a liability. You are our strength. You are. The country honors you. Praise the name of the living God. Our greatest strength is our people. And number 2 is our land. And number 3, our scriptures. And in fact, in the Bible, the 3 things are combined and they are one, they are interconnected. The people, the land, and the scriptures. They are one. When you attack the people, their land will react against you. When you attack their land, the people will react against you. And when you attack the scriptures, of course, if you attack the people and the land, the scriptures will judge you. And when you attack the scriptures, the land will withhold its strength from you because God has put these together. They are one. The land, the people, and the scriptures are one. And indeed, the Lord God said that for every people group, He has assigned them land. That is why He told Abraham, you remember when we had the discussion, I am taking you to a land that I'm going to give to you as your own. The Lugar have their land, the Kapa have their land, the Arunga have their land, the Mari have their land, the Baganda have their land. The people of Karamoja have their land. If you're looking for Karamoja land, you don't go towards Kisoro. You have land. You have people. You have land. And then you have scriptures. The scripture contains the law that guides you on how to use the land, how to live profitable, how to excel in this land that the Lord has given you. What else do we have? So we have 56 tribes, indigenous people groups. And they are given to us, And so when we meet together, we count in our diversity. In diversities, this one will greet Ngoni, others will say Adinho. What do the Alus say? What do they say? Mabel, I Mabel. That the Alus say, my eye is what? That my eye is what? I heard somebody say this in my eye. Praise the never living God. We come in our diversity. And we come together in the presence of the Lord as those who have. Not people who've been sent empty-handed. And it is God who decided that we belong together. The Mali, the Kebu, the Lendu, the Lugwara, the Kakwa, the Acholi. We are one. We can only succeed together. The other thing that we have is that we have these people. And God did not just create us as loose radicals hanging there in air. God put us in families. That you belong to a family where there is a loving father, a mother, siblings, and the extended family. Your uncle, your grandfather, your aunties. They are all important networks around us. Young people reject these things that put a rift in your families, that causes you to hate your own families. You can never succeed in life without the strength of the family around you. There are many young people, perhaps they are seated here, you have very bad relationships with your parents. You can't move forward. You will not go and sort matters with your parents. Family is so important that God has undergirded that relationship with a commandment. Commandment number 5. Honor your father and your mother so that you can have a long life. If you dishonor them, your fate is sealed. There is nothing like there will be another court session in heaven. Your fate is what? Sealed. You will not have long life. Who will put you to death? God himself. And so we belong to families. Families are in communities. Communities are in the tribes. And the tribes are in the nations. Very, very important. Our land. Next. Our land. You want to know that Uganda has 6.9 million hectares of land. How big is an hectare? How big is an hectare? Does it reach the size of a football field?
75.
An hectare is actually about 100 by 100 meters. Almost the size of a football field. Now, the arable land that we have is 6.9 million hectares. Why should there be famine in our country? 34.4% of the total land holding. Our land is not only 6.9 million, but 6.9 million, that is the arable land. The arable land. There is land that is under mountains, land that is under water bodies, under protected forests, land that is in game parks, but the land that you can dig. Whatever has happened is 34.4%. That's 6.9 million. And for your good information, currently, you know how much percentage we are using? How much? Only 33%. That means 67% is just bush fallow. Is what? Just. I was telling another group, young people, that in April I was on a study visit in Israel, and I wanted to understand why Israel is superior. I was in Israel, and for 3 days I ate this food that is made out of chapati-like things, and we stuff pieces of meat inside there. What is it called? What is it called? This round like chapati. It's called what? Pizza. No, it's not pizza. It's chapati, like the pocket created inside there, and then they stuff meat. You understand? For 3 days.